Alright, so we are back, and yes, my hair's messed up, and it's not because I was hanging out with your girl last night. In fact, I was asleep and woke up to make this video because Jake Paul and Anderson Silva have finally done their open workouts. It was a 3-hour session. It took them forever to get there. Apparently, there was a horse involved. We're going to break it all down and why I think there's bad news if you're an Anderson Silva fan, but also possibly some good. I'll explain. Before I do, I want to make sure everyone knows we are live this Saturday for Paul versus Silva. We have Dr. Mike on the card, Le'Veon Bell, Uriah Hall on the card, and you can watch it here with me. So don't miss our watch party live at around 6 p.m. PST. I want to see you all there. And also, speaking of the live stream, I'm going to be making picks, and you guys know whatever way I pick, it goes the complete opposite. So if you want to make some money based on my misery, use today's sponsor of the video and the live stream on Saturday, MyBookie. That is right, guys. MyBookie.ag. It's the spot to be. 4 fight picks this weekend. I'm going to be making my picks, but that's for tomorrow's video. So in the meantime, in between time, I want you guys to go ahead and sign up using the promo code W.A.D.E. If you're looking to make some money, that's up to $1,000 in deposit match bonuses, and you guys can use that on these fights, picking Anderson or Jake, the MMA legend or the problem man-child. Or you can use them in other sports like football, basketball, baseball, playoff season. Everything is at your disposal using code WADE at MyBookie. And guys, please, always gamble responsibly. Thank you to MyBookie for sponsoring this video. And now, let's get into the open workout breakdowns because I have a feeling they didn't go as planned. So what do I mean by that? Well, just pull a Jake Paul and saddle up your horses because it's time for the breakdown. Let's go. All right, let's see Anderson, man. Popping his jab. That's nice work. Boom, boom. Rolls underneath the left. We like that. He looks crisp, man. He looks sharp. I told you guys, don't be letting this age thing fool you. At 47, he's more sharp than a fucking switchblade. So don't let that fool you. Just staying loose. I would like to see his backhand stay high. But again, I think he does it on this second turn here. Boom. And turn, boom. We like it. These camera angles, Showtime, what are you doing? And again, you want to talk about fluidity. There's not a lot of guys that have the same fluidity in their motion as Anderson Silva. Everything comes naturally. Again, you heard BJ Flores say it. They want to outbox Anderson. They want to out-Anderson Anderson. I don't know how you do it, man. Other than the age factor, and one thing we're going to talk about in a second, there's not a lot between the two of them that says Jake has the better skill, right? Because, I mean, just look at little things like these combinations. The way Anderson sits down on shots, boom, boom, and again. And he's not hiding a lot here, right? I mean, what is there to hide? You have decades of tape on Anderson. There's not much that he can hide at this point. He's just coming out and showing it. Like I said, man, he's a big kid. Oh my God. Tackled the freaking ring announcer. So yes, Anderson came out, I think it was yesterday, maybe a couple days ago now. I don't know why he did this, but he told a reporter that he had been knocked out twice in sparring as recently as either last week or a couple weeks ago. And I'm telling you something right now, that is not good. Now, it came out later that Anderson said he was doing a little bit of translating in his head, and he meant to say knocked down, not knocked out. But either way, there's two ways to look at this. One, it's really fucking bad. If Anderson's been knocked down multiple times in sparring, that would tell you that maybe he's not in shape to fight, which is apparently why the Arizona State Athletic Commission has been investigating if Anderson should be fighting. And God forbid they actually call this thing off. I can't handle another canceled Jake Paul fight. For all you Anderson fans that I said you might want to be worried about this, just hold on a second, because if you're an Anderson fan, let's go all the way back to his MMA career, to some of the fights with Chael Sonnen, with Vitor Belfort. How many times in the lead up to those fights did you hear about Anderson suffering a mysterious injury? Maybe he's not going to make weight. Is he okay to fight? That happened even in the Chris Weidman fight, that happened so many times. And it was almost like, I think Chael said one time, it was Anderson's way of promoting fights because he made you think, oh God, is he not going to make it? Is he going to lose because of this injury or that injury? Is he not his 100% self? Is this the time where the most victories, the most title defenses in UFC history goes by the wayside? But he always fought. There was never an issue that kept him from fighting. So keep just in mind that Anderson does this, and hopefully he didn't do it to a degree that screws himself by the State Athletic Commission being like, wait, what was this about getting knocked down or knocked out twice? Now let's take a look at Jake and his big hairy ass. You know, the The horse he rode in on. That's what an ass is. Not only is riding a horse, but he brought 2 problem bots. How much time and effort goes into this shit? Like, I don't know what's worse. You're paying 2 people to operate 2 Megatron-style Transformers, or the fact that with all these LED lights and the plasma screen TVs, it costs more than a fucking Dave & Buster's. Now, if there's anything we know usually about Jake Paul's open workouts, it's that he's not going to show a ton, right? He's not really going to give any hints or clues as to what he's bringing on fight night. That's not usually going to happen, but let's see what he's got. All right, Jake working here with the bling. Look at this. They zoomed in on it. It's hard to miss, man. No one else is wearing watches over their wrist tape. Oh shit, we got Jake on the pads here. He's actually hitting pads. Woo! Let me see that jab. If that one lands, it doesn't matter if it's Anderson Silva or Superman. Someone's going to sleep. That is a hard right hand.
You sat there, you took a picture with this man, you said he's your idol on multiple platforms, multiple interviews. How do you feel, man, come Saturday night, face to face, when your idol becomes your rival?
Hey, man, that's how you know you made it. And what's crazy is there could be kids out here that one day maybe fight me, okay? And that's the...
Confirmed. Jake Paul is looking for his next opponent by scoping out the 13 to 14-year-olds in the crowd cheering him on. Listen, he's going from the nursing home with Anderson to the middle school with whatever 13-year-old is wearing his merch in the crowd. Whoever's next, Jake Paul coming to your local elementary school next.
You welcome the haters. You want the haters to buy your pay-per-views, buy your tickets to come see you. So the
haters are customers.
The critical response is this.
Goddamn right.
Okay, Jake, 5-0. Good luck. Nice job. But as soon as you lose, that bubble bursts and we'll never see you again in boxing. Your response to that is?
No, I mean, I think, man, I love this sport. I love this sport so much. I'll always be in this sport. And don't judge someone by their wins. Judge them by their losses. You know,
I actually don't like that. I like what he just said. That's a fucking great line from Jake. You don't judge someone by their wins, you judge them by their losses. And to be honest, listen, we've talked with BJ Flores. We've seen Jake now through these last couple of years progress. He does. He likes this sport. And if he says he loves it, I'll agree with him. He loves this sport. So the question was asked to Jake, what would he do if he lost? I think he continues going because, one, yes, he makes a ton of money doing it, but also because he does love this sport, and there are other potential matchups. Say he loses to Anderson, the KSI fight is still there, the Nate fight is probably still there. There's a ton of influencer fights that he could do to build his name back up, so I actually don't hate that answer from Jake Paul there. I actually agree with him 100%. You don't judge somebody by their wins. You judge them by their losses, not their high points, because everyone has those, but how do you respond to the low ones? And that's really all I have to say on this video, man. Listen, Jake talks about his low points and his high points. We're going to see one of the two on Saturday, whether he beats Anderson, who looked very fluid here. Jake always kind of looks the same in these open workouts. He looked faster here than I've seen him. He looked big. He looked strong. I do think the difference that I'm looking at in this open workout, outside of the fact that Anderson reported being knocked down in camp, which is terrible, again, just optically, but just from what I'm seeing in this open workout, Anderson looks fluid, Jake looks a little stiff, so maybe that can contribute, but when I watch it, it doesn't on paper make sense that Jake would even have a chance in this fight outside of the fact that Anderson's 47, about to be 48, and then I hope to God he has not been getting just sparked in camp. I'm going to save my predictions for tomorrow because listen, no matter what happens, this is going to be a fight of epic proportions. Will it be Lil Nas Jake riding his steed in and stealing a victory, sending Anderson off into the sunset, or will Anderson the Spider Silva weave one more web and send the young man packing? I don't have those answers. We're only 48 hours away from the fight, so guess we'll find out.